Welcome, traders and investors, to this Monday, October 9th edition of Pre-Market Prep Plus. Joel Elconin back in the saddle here on a down open this morning. Let's go over some of the commodities and futures, and I'll get to some issues of your choice here. S&P futures are trading down 25 handles, and we talk about the opens and reactions. Well, last night, with everything that transpired in the world, S&P futures opened at 43.15, a little bit of a bounce here, 43.2250. If I said I had a level in there, I'd be absolutely lying to you. But now I have a level since we traded down off the open. That would be that closing price at 43.4150. That was off the high of the session. That's not only a big number for today, but also moving forward in light of the recent events. You have the buck trading up almost 48 cents at 106.26, taking out strong day on Friday for the buck, and continuing making a new high of the move. Now that we're making a new high of the move, what we need to consider is it will make a new closing high for the move. And that's not going to be, 106.719. Oh, I'm looking at the monthly here. Oh, no, that's right. Actually, that's a monthly chart. I messed myself up, guys. Daily's on the bottom. So we had a little break in the dollar from 107 down to 105 and a half, let's call it. So that's 2.5, 1.25, getting back half of that move. So I'll be looking at 106.75 here. See if we can validate a little bit of this retracement. We are already over a bigger retracement on this one. So getting back half of this move. Let's see if we can get back up to the 107 area. Bonds are closed, but the bond markets, the cash bond markets are closed, but the futures are trading now up 3/4 of a point here, trying to get off the mat. New low of the move on Friday, get a little bit of a bounce. I'm just going to go to the 112 area here. There's some highs just under 112. That's still almost a point away in the bond market, but don't think you can get real excited about a rip-roaring rally until you get above 112. Crude up $2.95. I mean, expected reaction here. It's 50 cents above that opening price. 87.24 is what you got to. I'm gonna leave the monthlies alone on this one. I'm gonna go to the dailies. I'm gonna go to my drawings. I'm gonna go to my retracement lines, and I'm gonna see what I could come off this 95 high. I hope I get it right. And I gotta put that thing there. 88 and a half. We still got some room to go to get to that 50% retracement. So this is the counter move here off that 88 and a half high, or off that 95 high down to 81 and a half. So haven't quite hit it yet. So if this is something that's going to ignite a rally in the crude oil market, we're going to get back up to 88 and a half. We're going to hold 88 and a half, and we're going to work our way back into the 90 handle. So people got hit pretty hard over the last, let's say, 6, 7, 8 trading sessions in the crude oil market. So getting a pop. S&P's getting a pop here too. Getting back up near to the highs of the pre-market session. It wouldn't be like to use the pre-market highs and lows, to lean on as possible, fades in the market or possible, extensions of a move. But today, that 43.2250, I think even if you get through there, it ain't going to be easy getting up to that closing price. Conversely, pre-market low, 42.9950. If that's going to hold up here, then I think you have to find an intermediate. I do have some weekly and daily numbers coming together at 43.12, but that's been traded through so much, it's not as quite a relevant number. Gold's getting a pop, but it might be getting a pop anything because the gold has got the blank kicked out of it here. I'd be more surprised to see it come down and fill this gap at 1849 than I would see it rip into 1900. Silver struggling to stay positive. That's up a dime here, 21.82. And Bitcoin down 620, seems to be catching the cold here above 28K. We've done it 4 times in the last 7 sessions, but has not been able to hold. So there's a look at some of your commodities and futures. It's wheat time, and wheat Wheat is up 8.5 bucks on this turmoil. Boom, boom. We'll probably stuff worried about more of a global war than just a war in the Middle East. This 580 level has been pesky. I would keep an eye on this. Last four highs are between. Well, you had two matching highs at 580 and a quarter, and then you got another one at 581 and a half, and you've backed off. So Easy Mike, I know you've been trying to pick a bottom here in the wheat market, and you did get a little bounce off that late September low, but until you can get over 580, establish a strong bid over 580, I still think the bears are in control of the wheat market. Let's move on here to going back and I don't know who spilled the beans about my birthday last week, but I will get to the bottom of that. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Goldman Sachs is actually talking about an 85-cent stock. Is that really Rustical? Is that really true? I mean, I wonder when they start camp. I don't know. That next. Okay, let's move on from camp here. Let's see. We are moving on. Oh, the old Todd Gordon stock, CELH. Oh man, these stocks, man, oh well, I mean, wait for a gap fill here. I mean, and you know what? That's gonna be a pretty level. If this ever gets back to 146, you got to be licking your chops at this one. These are the daily highs before it broke out after an earnings report. 45.82, 46.16, 45.45, and 46.59. If you want to step up from here, you got to risk it down to 146. If you want to nibble here and you think it's going to turn that, then you can nibble. But 146 is the big level there. Kind of a tighter range on Friday and a little bit of an update with the market. Not much of an update. Trading down here a little over just about $2. So we'll look at resistance 54.11, 54.51. The next daily high is $2 above it. We got to wait till we get a tradable bottom here in order to figure a valid retracement here for the energy company Celsius Holding. Okay, let's move on here and moving on down the line. Looking for some stocks here. Delta, boy, this is not good for international travel. Delta down a $1.11. Crude not helping things. Just kind of like perfect storm here for the Delta. I'll just do a little dailies on this one. And you did have some institutions nibbling at the $35 area. Not quite there. You're at 35.90. So if you think this is a low of lows, hey guys, take note. Delta, I believe, looks at Thursday. I believe they report a day. I think it's JP Morgan on Friday, and then Delta on Thursday. But if you're looking for a little dip, you think this is a major low, 35, that's called 37.30. 50% would bring you back at 35, 65, 75 area. And 35, no daily lows there. But let's see what happens. Let's see if you get some nibbling in the 30, upper 35 handle as opposed to the lower 35 handle. Of course, getting back the bottom of yesterday's range could be achieved here on a rally at 36.26 and that big level on the upside, $37. That was your closing price on Friday. Let's see here. Domestic airlines, well, UAL is not really domestic. That's trading. They do international. Just same thing here. Look for 50%. LUV, I mean, that thing can't catch a bid to save its life. This might be on the low of the move. A couple lows here at the 26.50 area. So if you're bottom picking and you're looking for an identifiable level here, that's it. That 26.50 actual low of the move for LUV has been 26.46. So big level there for LUV. What else we got for domestic? AAL. I know they do both, but that had a move, counter move. What was the low here? $13. Whew, keep an eye on that if you're looking for more upside. 12.26, the low of the move. So let's call it 80 cent, 12.60 area. That's well, this one. This is love. I'd keep an eye if you really want to be a bottom fisher. The two airlines that are coming close to the actual low of the moves. Uh, let's see here. S&P still holding up near the highs of the pre-market session, which is still down $23.50. Okay, save. SAVE, Spirit Airlines. Wow, Spirit's had a rally off 15 to 17 recently. All those lows in the lower $16 handle. We'll be keeping an eye on that. Currently trading 6T36. Michael Crockett back in here. Hey, Michael, how you doing? ODD. That's Oddity Tech Limited. Oh boy. New stock, new IPO off, nice move on this on Friday. If you felt you missed a major move, the old time low at 25.05, you got almost to, wow, this had a big day at 30, 27 and a half, not quite there yet. That's a big green bar. So, I mean, of all the stocks, the things trading on Friday, I mean, this is the psychology that you have to take. I mean, a lot of things have changed. The S&Ps are negative, got a lot of problems, but hey, the price action was pretty positive on Friday. So if you had a stock, you felt you missed it, you want to own a longer tack, then this may be giving you an investment opportunity. That is not for informational That's not for investing purposes. It's for informational purposes only. ON. I still see people footing around on that. ON. Boom, boom, boom. Up 39 cents. Showed some relative strength. Major support at 24. I was looking for a gap fill at 23. On the upside here, you could be piercing a pair of daily highs. You are. So right now, let's call 25.19 support. You come down to that area, potential support in the session. And if you're looking for a target on the upside, or you really want this thing to get juice to the upside, you got to clear the pair of highs at 26.59, 26.72. That's for ON. NVO, Novartis. Man, that gap from the obesity drug. These stocks are tough. Traded down $1.12. What I'll do for you on this one, and I don't do it all the time, but like to put a drawing in there, a horizontal line. This is what you got to keep an eye on. Didn't quite get there on Friday. Room up to 93 on this one, up to 92.55 on Friday. But trading back down, if you're going to try and trade this technically, there's a little gap fill here coming from Friday's session. That gap fill would take you between 90 and a quarter and 90.48. Got to look at Lilly. A little bounce on Friday. Man, that thing just was getting beat up. Now traded down $1.47 here. We'll do the 50% retracement of this one. We'll get out my drawings. We'll get out my retracement lines. We'll go boom here. I'm going to get that fixed later on. Ooh, this is a big area. Looks like it did get back half of that move and real quick. Let's figure out exactly what it is on your calculator at home. But above Friday's high, if you were using that as a target, you're probably a little bummed because it went above that. Not much on the upside if you take out yesterday's high. You probably find a little resistance at the close after such a big day on Friday. Talk about bottom fishers, Florida. Talk about the DG. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Down 47 cents. If you feel you got to buy the low of the move, it's 102.47. You're taking a step out here. That's where your risk is. I know Triple D talked about this one. He just said it was a psychological level of 100. And I know there's a bunch of monthly lows in that area. Really 97 I like. There was 3 out of 4 monthly lows right at the $97 area. So perhaps reload. If you try along here in that area, it doesn't work. hold on for the $97 area. Dollar Tree DLTR is trading down 55 cents at 105.80. That had a nice day on Thursday. This one looks a little bit better technically here. Wait, about a 4.2, 104 and change, just getting back half of the move if you want to take a stab. S&P's climbing a wall of worry here on this manic Monday. Bond markets are closed. S&P's down 19 and a half. By the dippers here, still just prevailing. I didn't. My TV's not working, so I don't know what happened with what Biden said. But a little bit of a sip. Oh, Oddity Tech is also Israeli. Thank you. Florida. You know what? I was trying to think of this symbol um when over the weekend, and because my daughter mentioned she got it, and clear, and that's at the airports. I prefer TSA, but that was a nice move off the all-time low, down 26 cents here, big level for you. 1756, 1747. Those are the highs from your last two sessions. Absolute important level. I'll make that a 3-star here. I'll start out with a 3-star here on this Monday morning for that level. If you're looking for more on the upside in a clear secure, that actually their line was pretty long as opposed to the TSA. All right, we are getting a lot of stocks in here. EKS, good to see you here. INMD. $1.33, trying down $1.33. You're bottom fishing. You got out your fishing pole. You're trying to find the bottom here, and looks like you maybe you lean on the pair of lows here from Wednesday and Thursday, but you're right there right now. So if this thing is going to bounce, it's going to bounce right off this area, 2760, 2765, and 2787. I don't know if there's any news on this in mode limited, but trading a lot weaker than the market. All right, let's. What else did you guys want to take a look here? Let me see if I missed any symbols for you guys. Florida, bottom fishing, Under Armour 2, UAA. I'll look at the UAA as opposed to the UA. And too many A's in there. Under Armour. Good support is 650. I mean, you had that bump off the earnings. You came back. People that felt they missed the low of the move are buying at the 650 area. You're coming down to that multiple lows at the same area, but you have to lean on the low of the move at 629. So that is it. Okay. Might as well throw Getty in there again. Hey, BZ Tokyo, I like some of your comments from this morning. We at a buy level in Getty Imaging. This is strictly well, if you would have asked me this on Friday when I wasn't here, I would have said, man, I like this 550 area. You're only at 585. So this looks as good technically as it has on the dailies. Was getting taken over to 11. Wrong. Went down here, was going out of business. Wrong. And you've had a move from what, $4, just let's call it 4.7, 3-point move, $1.50. That's right in the 50% range, but good support there if or else you got to lean on. Let's wrap things up here with two more stocks here. Donk and Dave, Crocs, Crocs, CROX. Skimming down another $1.57, man. I don't know what to tell you. It just keeps going lower. 82.75. It cut down there a couple times. You got nibblers under 83. So not sure what your appetite for risk is underneath that, but you are coming into potential support. Man, it's crazy on the monthlies here. Next monthly low is 66.60. So I'm not going to give you something that's not in play here. Especially, I mean, that's still $20 away. Then hopefully you can catch a bid. Before that, just recapping here, the S&Ps are now making new highs on the pre-market session. Not sure if any news affected this or not, but nothing up there to that closing price of 41.50. I mean, it's the only way I could put it. On the downside here, now that you are off the lows, making new highs in the pre-market session, people that did not buy the dip we'll be looking. So whatever mid-range is here, you really haven't established a high, so that's a good number. Couple weekly numbers, called a daily and a weekly number coming together at 43.12, but that doesn't do you any good now. Joel Elconin wrapping it up here, Pre-Market Prep Plus. Hope you enjoyed it. Everyone, be safe out there and happy Columbus.